afternoon, everybody. How you all doing? Hope you're all doing well. I'm running a bit behind time. Alright, just got to make sure everything's okay. The seat's not. I'm going to hit the brakes and go flying back. That's what the problem is. Grumpy JJ today, for some reason. Well, I've been grumpy a lot, actually. But I don't feel grumpy, but I've been grumpy. Acting grumpy. But yeah, no, I had a bit of an issue. I went to plug in my wheel in the USB. Now the screws are falling out on the computer itself where it plugged in. So I had to take the case and everything off, and it was a heck of a job, and the light wasn't good, and finally got it done, but I couldn't do the rest that I wanted to do. Well, the rest of the stuff I wanted to do, go for a walk, and that was where I started. I was getting a bit grumpy about it. I don't know why. I really don't know why I'm going. Like I said, I don't feel grumpy, but I'm acting really grumpy. So, I don't know. My father was the same, but that's because his liver almost went on him. He had hepatitis C for years and years and years, and didn't find out until about 20 years after. And when he finally got a transplant, the doctor reckoned he had about a day or two left with his liver. So the timing was perfect. Not really, because a year later he died of liver cancer. So anyway, on that note, hello. Hope your day's going well. Friday for me, some of you Thursday, close enough to the weekend. So let's recap what happened yesterday with ATS. We ended up on 108,323 euros. We've got 5 large garages and 1 small garage. We managed to buy another garage, and we also managed to buy a new truck, which was a man, on a budget of $400,000, which I thought we'd get in that budget easily, but no, I couldn't get everything. We ran out of money. So we're about to find out if ATS can catch up and take over. I haven't even had a chance to have my coffee yet. I'm going to take a sip of that. Good evening, Causey. How are you, buddy? Hope you're all good, mate. How's the day be treating you? Yeah, alright. Alright, apart from the little problem I had earlier with my USB connection. I don't think you were here when I was talking about that, but I went to plug in my my wheel and the USB connection on my computer. The screws had come out for some reason. There's no reason why they should have, but they come out, and I had to try and screw it back in, and it was a hassle, a real hassle. Back to the point that I thought, oh, I'm not going to get this done. I might have to actually get up and completely pull the whole case and unplug all the power, because it comes up the top of the case, the one I use. So anyway, I got there, but run behind and weren't able to do what I wanted to do. So I came in and had a look at this, and we're in somewhere, Alabama or something, I don't know. But there was only one delivery available back to one of our locations, which happens to be Texas on this occasion. So I've got that. We just got to go pick it up.
Drive safe.
I think my pedals are a little too close. Let me just move those a bit. There we go. So we're going to the northwest of Texas. Of course, we're only about 80 grand away from our next garage as well, so not that far behind. It's just whether or not we can get the 400,000 as well by the end of the stream. Now let me just get into this view. Oh, lucky I did. To buy a new truck. Now, we've got Volvo and Peterbilt, I think, are the two options that we've got left with this one. I've never driven the Volvo in this game.
Get ready to turn right.
I think I have driven Peterbilt though.
Turn right. You have arrived at your destination. Your route guidance is now finished.
So yeah, I didn't get much of a go on my lovely little Kenworth. Mind you, we don't know. Might even not be able to get the money by the end of the stream, and I can get another stream in with it. So this is the delivery. It's doubles. It's for $9,000, and they were going from there to there. Oh, we're in Oklahoma. Did I not accept that? See what happens when I don't go for a walk? The same thing. I still act the same way. I didn't either.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, it's hot. I need to take my jersey off. What's with the texture flickering now? Right, while we're putting that on, just give us a sec and I'll take off my top because it's a bit hot. I'll just nicely place it on my couch. Well, I did manage to throw it onto the couch, but apparently it fell off. I just threw it behind me and I heard it land on the couch, and then I heard it slide off. Alright, so we're obviously in cash cam. Hopefully it is. We'll just bring home the cash in wide view. And I think I will... I don't know, is there a set of lights up here, or is it just...
Turn left.
Yeah, it is. So I'll jump in now. And I've got to remember I've got doubles on. Can I make the lights?
Turn left.
It's a big 10-4. And we're on the open road. Which you would hope so, because otherwise if it was closed we wouldn't be able to do our delivery. I love when I'm in this view, I try and centre it, because it's always centred, isn't it? Right, can we see that bank balance go up on the trip? I'm still trying to settle in after rushing. I'm not good with rushing. Literally, what I normally do before I do the stream, about at midday, I go for a walk, which takes about 20 minutes. And then I come back and I have my lunch. I do some stretches. And then I get my coffee and everything ready. And hope to be sitting down at the PC by about 1:15. 15 minutes before I go live. Because what I've got to do is when it's 23 minutes, I change my scene to starting on OBS because I've got it set for 7-minute countdown. And when it hits 5 minutes 40, I go live. And that's, well, I know it's all weird. I work on the premise it'll take about 10 seconds for it to actually show up on Twitch, but since I don't get a notification, it doesn't really matter because no one knows I'm live at the time anyway. Unless you're sitting there waiting for my channel and watching it to see if I go live, you're not going to know until you get a notification. So that's what I generally do, but today, because of, basically it was about 1 o'clock when I finally got the PC fixed, that USB connector back where it's supposed to be, secured with the screws. And one of the screws would stay in there, and the other one kept falling out. Before I screwed it up, that is. Which made it even harder, trying to get that second one in. And finding it, and it was such a hello. It was such a difficult place to get to as well.
Get ready to turn right.
Which made it all the more harder, and then the lighting wasn't that good, and then all of a sudden it decided to cloud over, so I didn't have the sun. So I missed it.
Okay, let's find a new route.
Well, it didn't really matter, did it? Yeah, so it was all a big kerfuffle. So 1 o'clock, and then hopefully there's no cars coming. Yeah, I had to get everything organised then, and then finally finished my lunch with about a minute left on the countdown.
Go straight.
Also didn't have much room as well, so apparently contorting my body to try and get the screw in. It was good for me because I feel real good. I've had a slight stomach ailment last few days, sort of feeling a little nauseous, sort of feeling a little bit sore. And yeah, now I feel fine. For the moment, lunch will hit me and I'll start feeling a bit tired. Especially since I had what we call cheese on toast. So it was grilled cheese on top of bread. And yeah, that sort of has a huge effect on me now, melted cheese these days. Well, I tell you what, if I'm going to spend the rest of the day feeling like this because I did that, I might do it every day, just break the USB connection and put it back together again. The other thing too is I've had to take Panadol every single day for a very long time now because of a sore chest. And yeah. Well, Anonymous just donated $55. Oh my goodness me. Thank you so much. Wow. Oh, Anonymous, I wish I knew who it was. I could properly thank you. I'll give you the love you deserve with your name instead of Anonymous. Unless that's your name, and then in that case your parents, oh, they've got a very sense of humour, they're not well. That is unbelievable. Thank you so much. Extremely generous. Needs a lot of caffeine, yeah, I know. Ah, son of a gun. I'm still trying to get through this one, but yeah, that'll keep me going for a while. I'll be able to afford the good stuff for a little bit. Treat myself. I'm absolutely blown away by that. Thank you so much. Come on, truck. You're my favourite, Kenworth. Come on. You can hit that 75 mile an hour mark. So, yeah, anyway. So it's really weird after all that, yeah, and I've got no pain in my chest, so I was about to take some painkillers again, and I went, hang on, I'm not feeling the pain in my chest. Apparently the pain's caused by reflux, but it feels like a constant bruise on my chest. We might be able to get another delivery in before we need to sleep too. What's the time? 8 o'clock, and at 8 o'clock we go to sleep on ATS, then we can get back into cab view the next day. Oh, what's going on here? Hello. Not going to be able to escape it by getting the other lane either. By the way, if there's anyone new watching, I'm wondering what this competition between ETS2 and ATS is. If you type in !! trucks or Causy's bet you to it, that pretty much gives you the lowdown on what we're doing. It's sort of a controlled experiment to see which one's the easiest to make money on. I do have mods in, and I've forgotten that I've got to actually start a stream off with going with the mods, because the very first stream I did, which you can find that on my YouTube channel, and a link for that is on my about page, where you can type an ! YouTube into chat. Can I beat that truck? Can I beat it? Can I beat it? I think I can. And that'll show you the majority of the mods that I'm using in the load order I've got them on. I have changed a couple though, because I found one mod that actually did the job of 3 other mods, so I could get rid of those and just have the one. But the mods I've got on both ETS and ATS are the same. I've got Jazzy Cat, which just adds real life vehicles and trucks and all sorts to do with vehicles in the game, instead of having the generic, game one where you can see a Mercedes but it's got a different brand name on it. But with Jazzy Cat you got the real brands, Mercedes, Mazda, etc. Also he's got mods that add a bit of extra cargo, which is military cargo, railway cargo, and I think there's some heavy load cargoes as well. I have a AI traffic mod.
Go straight.
Don't need to stop, there's no cars around. I know in America you're supposed to stop, but here where I live, when we get to that situation, if we can see that there's no cars there, we won't bother stopping. And the police won't pull you up for it either. But so yeah, I'm a Kiwi in America, so I'm driving like a Kiwi in America. Yes, I've got an AI mod, which basically it just reduces the amount of police that are on the road, so you're not getting a ticket all the time if you accidentally go over the speed limit like you do in the vanilla game. And changes the traffic behaviour, as in not the way they sort of drive, but how much traffic's around. It depends on the time of day and the area and how much traffic there is. And some others, but they're exactly the same ones on for both, and they don't alter the gameplay except for ETS. I do have a mod that adds insurance, because I thought it was silly. I always thought it silly that you have insurance with ATS but you don't get it with ETS. Just like I find it silly that with ETS you get a lot of tyre options, and they all have different abilities or whatever it is, features. Some are better for economy, some are better in the wet and all that, and you don't get that with ATS, and I just don't understand why. I have no clue. But then I realise after a while using that insurance one, that's not what the game came with, and that's what this is about, basically what the game sort of comes with for the most part. Nothing that sort of increases, advantage over one or the other. And other mods do that. And I've got seasonal mods as well, and we're currently in spring. So yeah, at some stage I've got to remember, hopefully next week, maybe I'll put it down, a reminder. I was in the right lane to start off, damn it. To do a quick stream and then just at the beginning go through all the mods again, so they're there for people to reference later on, either on the Twitch VOD or on the YouTube channel, which is just purely these streams loaded up, cut into 35-minute episodes. Oh, we've gained a bit of cash. So, yeah, there are some rules there that are not in that list there, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask about the competition. I can tell you at the moment, well, as of last week, ETS was in the lead, but we'll see how we get on at the end of today's stream, because I do the ETS the day before, yesterday. So we've just got to get to the end of this stream to see who's in the lead, and currently ETS has got one more garage, only a small one, I haven't expanded it yet, and a extra truck.
Turn left.
Speaking of Mercedes, Now there's two Walmarts here, so we'll definitely be able to get a delivery from here. Oh, and a UPS. We're delivering to a UPS. So we're going to have a bit of a choice. Oh, I'll just jump at the cab for this.
It was a nice ride.
Thank goodness I don't have to do any reversing with those exhaust sticks in the way. And there we are. Right, just give me 2 seconds. Oh, damn it. No, that's not what I pressed. Fine, thank you very much. Right. Okay, we've got to find another job. Sorry about that. Let's have to quickly do something. Just like I said, I was rushed today. I just realised there was things I forgot to do. Alright, so if there is anyone new watching, this is an opportunity to get yourself involved if you so choose. And you can let me know what delivery you want me to take, and what I'll do is, instead of typing the whole thing out, I'll give you a number for the delivery. Now, since we've got contracts with certain companies, I can't just take any. We've got a contract with UPS, so we've got one for that. We've got a contract for Walmart. So there's our choices. We actually got quite a few here. So let's go through them. This will be number one. If you'd like me to take this, you just type in number one into chat. And we're going to Knoxville. Johnny, 64,000 on that one. We've got one to California, to Reading, for 120 grand. That's a good amount, isn't it? That'll be number two. Number three, New Mexico, just over the border there, for 5 grand. Number four, California as well, 56,000, Barstow. Number five, Denver, Colorado, just up the road. And that is for 14 grand. Then we got one to Tennessee, is that? Or Tennessee, isn't it? Tennessee, yeah. For 19,000, that's number six. Number seven is to Utah for $28,000. So I'll run that through that again. So that's number one, that's number two, that's number three, that's number four, number five, number six, number seven. I'm going to give you 30 seconds starting from now to type in which number you would like me to take. Oh, we got for 1 for 2. We've got 10 seconds left. Number 2 it is. 1, 2, the $120,000 one. Oh, it's doing that thing again where it won't let me, there we go. Set GPS. I don't really have to set GPS, do I? Because we're already there. Unless there's another UPS there, but I doubt it. Trailer's still there. Fuel situation's pretty good. And then another 60,000 to buy another garage. Oh, and you've got to think about the state or the location, Mexico and China, Canada or Mexico or in the US. Where you would like our next garage to be or not to be? That is actually the question in this case. I currently feel like a bit of a twit, because to be or not to be, always thought, what a silly thing to say, it means nothing and everything else. I just realised what it means. You either want to be something or not to be something. What do you want to be? That is the question. It's so simple, yet apparently too difficult for me till now. That's the one there. It's going to be a nice drive, isn't it? Almost finished my coffee. Oh, I'm going to have to manoeuvre around the trailers I just delivered. The other thing too, for those of you just saw, if you're watching and you saw that we were in what chat's effectively called crash cam, with the bumper cam, misjudged that, just only slightly, you know, by slightly I mean by 10 miles, which is only slight compared to 1,000. Yeah, I alternate. I do one day in that view and another day in cab view. Cab view obviously for the realism, and the crash cam view is so we can see more of the scenery, since I'm using map mods. You can see the scenery and to hear the roar of the engine. But most of the regulars enjoy that one because they get to see me crash up close in wide view, widescreen. Since we're going back into crash cam, I won't worry about the window wipers.